Alright guys, welcome back to 4 Doors RC. Here we are on the workbench with the good old Hobao Hyper Truggy. After the last time we were at the skate park, did a good amount of damage to it. Knocked the ESC loose, bent the rear drive shaft as you can see here. I don't have a new one, but I got one that's a hell of a lot straighter, so we're gonna throw that in. Also, knock the motor loose, so we're gonna tighten that back up and check. We're gonna pull it out, check the motor plate. So it looks like it's loose at a couple different places on the motor plate and motor mount. So we'll pull that apart and tighten that up and probably throw some more Loctite on it. Yeah, I know, red Loctite, that's probably a little overkill, but it's what I got, and I haven't had a problem yet. Just threw a little bit of torch at it, so that's where we're at. Yeah, this is the one where I hit the skateboard ramp, the skate park, the first time. Knocked the ESC loose, this guy, and the power switch, and sent it under the truck. Oh yeah, she's loose. Loosey goosey. And then proceeded to turn the truck off the next time I hit it. So we did a pretty good number on her. But hopefully this time we will get her fixed up, get her out again. I've been itching to drive this truck. It's the fastest one I got and the most fun. So on success, this truck does some amazing things. And while we're in here, we'll give this a check. Ooh. That looks nice. I don't know if you guys can see in there. Probably not. There's something going on with the set screw for the motor, but you know, we'll make do with what we got. Pull this guy back out. A little more Loctite. Now, if you're wrenching on your car and you're using Loctite, make sure you're letting that stuff sit for like 24 hours at least. Let it harden. Otherwise, you're gonna take it out and it's gonna get nice and loose again. Nothing's more frustrating than losing parts while out driving it. All right. We will throw these guys back in loose. Because we gotta set motor mesh. And me being kind of old school, I still like to do it the old paper way, so we will do that. I don't know if you guys are getting all this. Try to show you what I'm doing. So as you can see, this here's the spur gear. This here's the pinion gear, the one on the motor. So what the idea is, just set your motor mesh, your gear mesh. All right, so here's the spur gear, here's the pinion gear, and to set the motor mesh or gear mesh, what I like to do is the old school paper in the gears trick. You back up the motor all the way, stick a piece of paper in there, push the motor in. Once it's in, you tighten her up. Oop, wrong one. And then what I'm going to do, tighten up one of these. Oop, pull the paper out of it. Take the other one that's still loose out. Hit it with a damn thread lock. Put her back in. Crank her down. Pull the other one out. And we're going to do the same thing. Screw. Drop the thread lock. Anytime you're doing screws into metal, you're going to want to put some thread locker in. That way, no more loosey. Alright, that's taken care of. Let's flip her around. We're going to remount this guy. We're going to go like that. So we need double-sided tape right there. Get this stuff on Amazon. This stuff's kind of a pain in the butt to work with, but it's the best stuff you can get. So we're going to set her like that. Set it on there. Make sure she's on there nice and tight, and hopefully you can get it peeled without pulling the whole tape back up like that, like I was just doing there. Sorry, fat fingers. Come on. There we go. We mount her down. Grab some zip ties. Pretty sure I'm going to need 2 of them. Unless, these might be a little longer. Maybe we'll throw 2 on just in case. Darn it. Let's try that again. I didn't like the way it was sitting on that wire. And you know what? That's a lot of this with RC stuff. Trial and error, especially stuff that's not ready to run like this truck was when we got it. Sometimes it takes a little bit to figure things out. But overall, I cannot complain. This truck's been good to me. It's been the amount of parts that have gone into it, actually quite a lot less than even my 2 armor trucks in the house. That Notorious keep blowing up diffs, and a Creighton, well, the Creighton is my eBay pieced together truck, and that just waiting on a body and a couple other odds and ends to tighten up on that, but that truck's pretty much done. Alright, that's fixed, that's fixed. Now time to replace this drive shaft with this lesser bent. Put the truck over. This way. Not gonna need that anymore. Making sure I'm still in the frame. essentially we're pulling the rear end of the truck off. We're loosening it enough to get the old drive shaft out, new one in. It's been a common thing on that. I thought upgrading to the CNC lightweight chassis was going to fix it. On the bright side, it kept the chassis straight when it landed rear first into the ground, but you know, I guess the drive shaft's a cheap part versus these two chassis plates I got hanging on the wall over here. Alright, that's out. And I do believe yes, both of these are for the stiffener plate, or the chassis stiffener. What do we got going on here? Oh, there it goes. So you can see, nice and bent. See the differential in there. Looks like it could use a little bit of grease, but you ain't gonna worry about it, it ain't making any noise. Drive shaft in there. Drive shaft in there. Now we're just putting these in there hand tight so we can get them into place. Here they are. Not happy where they are, but there they are. I'll tighten these bad boys up. Got a leaky shock there that I'm gonna have to. A couple leaky shocks. That one ain't so bad, but this one's pretty good. Pretty shot. So, well, till next time. She's ready to go enough. Thanks for watching.